and she heard that Angie was at a club, and she went to see her at the club, and Angie didn't perform, but she came out, and she was like, "Whoa, I'm so sorry, I came to see you." And she's like, "That promoter ain't have my money, so we." Yeah. I want to go down the street of those promoters and record labels and people not paying folks. But anyway, Taraji said she took her in the corner and she sung a song for her in that club. That's the heart of a person. That's the soul of a person who cared about her fans, who cared about getting paid. You know, I was being interviewed by this woman once, and she was telling me, she said, "Tyler, I just want to tell you, I can always tell when they're going to go left, because the interview starts, all these questions, and then it's like, you know, the black women in your movies, do you portray them? It's such negativity, and they're always going through something, and they're always," and just a black woman. I asked her, I said, "You ever been through something?" She's like, "My life is great. I have a great husband, my kids are great, everything's wonderful." I said, "God bless you that you can live a perfect life. That's wonderful." Then I turned to her and I asked her, I said, "How old are you?" She said, 25. I said, "Baby, keep living." But I look at these young folks who are living these lives and they think that it's supposed to be the way that it is on Instagram, and they're forgetting about the people who have paved the way for them to be in that situation.
Monique reacts to Tyler Perry's heartfelt speech at Angie Stone's funeral. That's right, y'all. Now, again, for those who may not know, moments ago, Monique took to IG to call out Tyler Perry after hearing him speak on Angie Stone being mistreated by the music industry. Okay, as you heard in the clip, Tyler Perry said he had recently learned about all of the issues that Angie Stone was having with the music industry. All right, apparently they owe Angie some money. All right, this is something that Angie Stone spoke about before her passing. So moments ago, Monique took to IG to react to Tyler Perry with her own post that reads, "Dear Tyler, I recently watched your heartfelt speech at Angie Stone's funeral where you expressed frustration over her mistreatment by the music industry. It struck me and my husband Sydney as poignant, but also made us reflect on some unsettling discrepancies in your actions towards me. 1. You expressed anger over Angie's mistreatment, yet you labeled me difficult to work with despite never having worked with me. How can you condemn poor treatment of others when you've imposed the same on me? We have audio of you admitting you were wrong. 2nd, you asked, where's the money she's owed? Well, where's my public apology that you promised in 2016? The false narrative that you perpetuated helped blackball me, costing me tens of millions. Where's the restitution for that? 3. You mentioned being tired of us not receiving the benefits we deserve, yet you asked me to promote Precious for free, without a contract or compensation, which highlights your double standard. You said we should be careful in how we treat children of God. As a man of faith, where was your responsibility to act with love and truth? You promised me an apology years ago, but it's yet to come. Unlike the music industry, which you rightly criticize, we have audio documentation of your actions. Shouldn't you be held accountable too? In closing, I hope your words at Angie's funeral inspire you to correct the wrongs done to my family and me. You have the power to do so. As you've shared biblical teachings, please remember, what will it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? Mark chapter 8, verse 36. We await your response. With love and respect, Monique and Sydney. All right, now again, that was Monique putting Tyler Perry.
So I welcome you guys back on here. If you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. So the popular comedian Monique has come out, and of course has come out to criticize Tyler Perry having heard him, speaking whatever he spoke at Angie Stone's funeral and memorial service. To give you briefly on what she talked about, Monique is saying that Tyler Perry is acting like an angel. He's acting like someone who is so clean within the music industry and the entertainment industry as a whole. But they have receipts of him not doing enough to support fellow entertainers, fellow fellow artists. You know, she said that Tyler Perry himself actually made him to do some kind of work and never and he never even gave any contract to Monique, which Monique actually says that it's really absurd and it shouldn't come from Tyler Perry. You know, whatever Tyler Perry said at Angie Stone's funeral, it's something that is so plastic. You know, he's not congruent because his actions are contrary to what he actually preached at Angie Stone's funeral and memorial service. So she was so critical you know, in that later, like I've given it to you at the beginning of this video. But for me, I do think that if Tyler Perry is someone who actually has not been treating well fellow artists, you know, if he has been eating and misusing other people's money, he should come out and apologize. Obviously, even Monique talked about the apology Tyler Perry promised in 2016, which up to now has never been released. So he shouldn't act like an angel. He shouldn't preach cleanliness because himself is not clean. I would love to hear your comments just below this video to hear your thoughts about this whole situation.